Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Code is Arcade. So in this video, I am going to talk about VTU's most probable question on application development using Python. And this is the subject code 18CS55. This is the subject code, and here we have 5 modules. Module 1, Module 2, 3, 4 and 5. And here I am going to talk about important questions that comes under module 1. So these are the few important questions. We have 15 questions that comes under module 1. Let's see one by one. So this is the first question. Explain the math operators in Python from highest to lowest precedence with an example for each. And write the steps how Python is evaluating the expression. This is the expression and reduce it to a single value. Here you can see here, right? This is the expression. You have to reduce it to a single value. This is the first question. And the next one is define a Python function with suitable parameters to generate prime numbers between two integer values, and write a Python program which accept two integer values m and n. These are the two integer values m and n. And here you can take the input as m is greater than 0, n is greater than 0 and m is less than n as inputs, and pass these values to the function. And suitable error message should be displayed if the condition for input values are not followed. This is the second question where you have to define a function with suitable parameters. And these are the two integers m and n. And the next question is explain local and global scope in Python programs, and what are local and global variables, and how can you force a variable in a function to refers to the global variable. This is the third question. Here you have to explain local and global scope in Python programs. And next, what are comparison and Boolean operators? List all the comparison and Boolean operators in Python and explain the use of these operators with suitable examples. We have different types of operators, right? Like arithmetic operator, logical operator, comparison operator, assignment operator, bitwise, membership. So here you have to explain what are comparison and Boolean operators and list all the comparison and Boolean operators in Python. We have to explain these concepts with examples. And the fifth question is what is exception handling? How exceptions are handled in Python, and write a Python program with exception handling code to solve divide by zero error situation. So to solve divide by zero error situation, you have to write a Python program with exception handling code. And next, sixth question is write a Python program to find the area of square, rectangle and circle and print the results. Take input from the user. First you have to take the input from the user, then you have to write a Python program to find the area of square, rectangle and circle. And the next, seventh question is list and explain the syntax of all flow control statements with example. Flow control statements, as we know that for loop and while loop in Python. So you have to list that and you have to explain the syntax of that flow control statement. And eighth question is illustrate the use of break and continue with a code snippet. This is the eighth question. And what are user defined functions? How can we pass parameters in user defined function? And explain with suitable example. You have to explain this with example. This comes under function and this is a very important question. Explain global statement with example. The 10th question is you have to explain the global statement with example. And 11th one, write a function that computes and returns addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of two integers and take input from the user. First you have to take the input from the user and then you have to write a function that computes and returns addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of two integers. And explain the salient features of Python. Here you can write Python is easy to learn and it is a beginner friendly. Even if you don't have prior knowledge of coding, we can still learn Python. Python is the best language to learn where its syntax is very easy. So you can write all these points and you can explain them in detail. And the next question is explain the concepts of conditional execution and chained conditions with suitable examples. Execution and also chained conditions. And 14th question, write a Python program to create a user defined function to find maximum and minimum letter in string and also find the length of the string without using inbuilt function. Without using inbuilt function, you have to find the length of the string. This is 14th question. And the last question is explain the concept of type conversion functions and math functions in Python with examples. You have to explain type conversion and math functions in Python with example. So these are the few important questions that comes under module 1, guys, on application development using Python subject. So these are the few important questions. So in the next video, I will be explaining you module 2 important questions. So stay tuned for that and also subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon for future updates. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Coders Arcade. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the probable questions, VTU's probable questions on application development using Python, that is module 2. So in my previous video, I told you guys a few questions that comes under module 1, and I also told you there are 5 modules, module 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 respectively. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the most probable questions that comes under module 2, and this is the subject code 18S55. So let us see some of the important questions under module 2. So this is the first question. What is dictionary in Python and how is it different from list data type? And also explain how a for loop can be used to traverse the keys of the dictionary with an example. So here first you have to tell what is dictionary in Python and then how is it different from list data type, dictionary and list difference, and also explain how a for loop can be used to traverse the keys of the dictionary with an example. So this is the first question. And second question, explain the methods of list data type in Python for the following operations with suitable code snippets for each. First one, these are the methods. You have to explain this for the following operations. These are the operations: adding values to a list, and finding a value in a list, and removing values from a list, and sorting the values in a list. So these are the operations. You have to explain the methods of list data type in the Python. And the third question is write a Python program that accepts a sentence and find the number of words, digits, uppercase letters and lowercase letters. You have to write a Python program to find the number of words, digits, uppercase as well as lowercase letters. This is the third question. And next question, what is the difference between copy.copy and copy.decopy functions applicable to a list or dictionary in Python? Give suitable example for each. You have to explain this with examples: copy.copy and copy.decopy. And the next question, discuss the following dictionary methods in Python with example. So these are the dictionary methods: get, items, keys and values. You have to write the following dictionary methods in Python with examples. And sixth question, explain the various string methods for the following operations with example. You have to explain string methods. So these are the operations: removing white space characters from the beginning, end or both sides of a string. And next one, to right justify, left justify and center a string. These are the two operations. You have to explain the various string methods for these operations. And seventh one, explain the working of while loop in Python with suitable example. So you have to explain while loop with an example. And then write a Python program to demonstrate counting summing and average of elements using loops. This is the 8th question. Write a Python program to demonstrate counting, summing and average of elements using loops. And the next question, what is string? Write a Python program to demonstrate traversal through a string with a loop and also explain the concept of string slicing. So this is a very important question. What is a string? Write a Python program to demonstrate traversal through a string with a loop. And next question, with syntax and example code, explain the working of definite loop in Python. So with syntax and example code, you have to explain this definite loop in Python. And write a next question, 11th question, write a Python program to concatenate and compare two strings and read the strings from users. This is the 11th questions where you have to write the program to concatenate and comparing two strings. 11th question, that is 11th question. And 12th question is that explain file open, file close, file read and file write concepts in Python with example. You have to explain this file open, file close, file read and file write. And after that, 13th question, what is lists? What is list? And explain the concept of list slicing with example. You have to explain the concept of list slicing with example. And list out all the useful string methods. This is the 14th question. List out all the useful string methods which supports in Python. Explain with an example for each method. For each method, you have to write an example. And 5th question, write a Python program to swap case of a given string. The given string will be in lower case and the output will be in uppercase. You have to write a Python program to swap case of this string, Java and Java. This is in lowercase and output will be in uppercase. So these are the few important questions, 15 questions. These are the few important questions that comes under module 2, guys. So in the next video, I will be coming up with module 3 questions. So stay tuned for that and make sure that you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon for future updates. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Code is Arcade. In today's video, I'm going to talk about VTU's probable questions on application development using Python. And that is, today we are going to discuss about module 3 probable questions. And in my previous video, I told you guys about module 1 and module 2 probable questions. And now in today's video, I'm going to discuss about module 3 probable questions on application development using Python, and this is the subject code 18CS55. So these are the few questions. There are 16 questions under module 3. So let us see one by one. So this is the first question. Write a Python program to find an American phone number in a given string using regular expression. It means using regex. You have to find an American phone number, and this is an example. So this is the first question. And the second question, describe the difference between Python OS and os.path modules and also discuss the following methods of OS module. These are the methods: chdir, that means change directory, rmdir, that means remove directory, and walk list directory, and this is get current working directory, getcwd, that means get current working directory. So these are the methods of OS modules. And third question, demonstrate the copy, move, rename and delete functions of shuttle module with Python code snippet. So shuttle means it stands for shell utilities. Okay, shell utilities module with Python code. You have to demonstrate the copy, move, rename and delete functions. And fourth question, describe the following with suitable Python code snippet, that is greedy and non-greedy pattern matching and find all method of rejects object. So these are the two things you have to describe, that greedy and non-greedy and find all method of rejects object. And fifth question, explain the file reading writing process with suitable Python program. File reading and writing process. And sixth question, define assertion what does an assert statement in Python consist of, and explain how assertion can be used in traffic light simulation with Python code snippet. This is the sixth question and very important question. And seventh question, what is a list? Explain the concept of list slicing and list traversing with example. Here they are asking list traversing with example. So what is list? Explain the concept of list slicing. So seventh question. And eighth one, explain the concept of comparing tuples. Describe the working of sort function with Python code. So this is the eighth question. You have to explain the concept of comparing tuples. And then ninth one, write a Python program to search for lines that start with F followed by two characters and followed by M. So you have to write a Python program to search for the lines. That means which starts with F followed by two characters and also followed by M. This is string, right? M is string. What is dictionary? 10th question. What is dictionary? How is it different from list? Write a Python program to count occurrence of characters in a string and print the count. This is the 10th question. First you have to tell what is dictionary. That means what do you mean by dictionary, and difference between dictionary and list. How is it different from list? And then write a Python program to count occurrence of characters in a string and you have to print that count. 11th question, with an example program, illustrate how to pass function arguments to list. So this is the 11th question. And 12th one, write a Python program to search lines that start with X followed by any non-whitespace characters ending with number, and also display the sum of all these numbers. This is the 12th question. Then what are regular expression, that is regex, and what are the different steps to be followed to use a regular expression in Python. Here you have to tell the meaning of regex and different steps that is going to be followed to use a regular expression in Python. And 14th question, write a Python program to extract phone number and email address using regular expression. So regular expression questions is repeating so many times, so you have to concentrate more on this concept, regular expression, that is regex. So write a Python program to extract phone number and email address using regex, that is regular expression. And 15th question, how do we specify absolute relative path? And then last question, write a Python program to create a folder Python and under hierarchy 3 files. There will be 3 files, that is file 1, file 2 and file 3. And write the content in file 1 as VTU and in file 2 as university. File 1 as VTU and file 2 as university. And file 3 content should be opening and merge of file 1 as well as file 2, file 1 and file 2. And also here they have given condition that check out the necessary condition before writing file 3. Before writing the file 3, you have to check the conditions. This is the few probable questions under module 3, guys. So in the next video, I'll be coming up with module 4 probable questions. Till then, stay tuned and please subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon for future updates. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Code is Arcade. In today's video, I'm going to talk about probable questions. We use probable questions on application development using Python, that is module 4. So in my previous videos, I explained you guys about module 1, 2, 3 probable questions, right? So in this video, I'm going to talk about few probable questions that comes under module 4, and this is the subject code 18CS55. This is the subject code, and these are the few probable questions under module 4. So let us see one by one. So the first question is, define classes and objects in Python and create a class called employee. You have to create a class employee and initialize it with employee ID and name, and design methods to set age. The first method is set age to assign age to employees, and set salary to assign salary to the employee. And next, display to display all information of the employee. So these are the method names: age, salary, and you have to display all information of the employee. And the second question is illustrate the concept of modifier with Python code. And third question is explain init and str method with an example. So you have to explain both init method and as well as str method in Python. Okay. And fourth question, define polymorphism. Demonstrate polymorphism with function to find histogram to count the number of times each letter appears in a word and in a sentence. First you have to define this polymorphism, and then you have to demonstrate polymorphism with function. That too, to find histogram to count the number of times where each letter appears either in word or in, and also in sentence, in a word and in a sentence. And the next question, fifth question, illustrate the concept of pure function with Python code. You have to explain this pure function. And then sixth question, define class diagram and discuss the need for representing class relationship using class diagram with suitable example. So you have to first define the class diagram and discuss the need for representing class relationship using class diagram. And seventh question, define class and object and what are programmer defined types, and explain with example. First you have to define this class and object, and then what are programmer defined types with example. And eighth question, what is the difference between method and function? Explain the working of init method with suitable code. The first question, you have to tell the difference between method and function, and then explain the working of init method with example with suitable code. And then define attribute. With the help of Python code, explain how functions return instance values. Define attribute. First define attribute, that means what do you mean by attribute, and then with the help of Python code you have to explain how functions return instance values. And then 10th question, what is type based dispatch? Illustrate with Python example. And then what is class? How do we define a class in Python, and how to instantiate the class, and how class members are accessed. First, what is class? How do we define a class? As we know, class is a blueprint of the object or collection of object. You can tell that what is class, and how do we define a class in Python, and how to instantiate the class, and how class members are accessed. And then 12th question, write a Python program that uses datetime module within a class and takes a birthday as input, and print uses age and the number of days, hours, minutes and seconds until their next birthday. So we have to write a Python program that uses datetime module. Within a class you have to write this program. And here the hint is you have to take a birthday as input. And here 13th question is what are polymorphic functions, and explain with code snippet. And the last question, illustrate the concept of inheritance. Inheritance with the example, and you can also write different types of inheritance like single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hybrid, hierarchical. So like this you can explain the concept of inheritance. So these are the few questions on module 4 which comes under module 4, guys. So in the next video I will be coming up with module 5 questions, probable question. So till then stay tuned and please subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon for future updates. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Coders Arcade. So in today's video I am going to talk about probable questions, video probable questions on application development using Python. So today we are going to discuss about few probable questions which comes under module 5. So in my previous video we discussed about module 1, module 2, module 3 and 4, right? So in this video we are going to talk about probable questions on module 5, and this is the subject code 18CS55. So in this module we have 18 questions, 18 probable questions. So let us see one by one. So the first question is, explain the process of downloading files from the web with the request module and also saving downloaded files to the hard drive with suitable example program. So this is your first question. You have to explain the process of downloading files from the web. And next, write a note on the following by demonstrating with code snippet. First one, opening Excel documents with Open PyExcel and getting sheets from the workbook, getting cells, rows and columns from the sheets. So you have to write a note on these things. Next, third question, describe the getText function used for getting full text from a docx file with example code. So this is your third question. Describe the getText function which is used for getting full text from a.x file, a.docx file. And next one, explain how to retrieve a web page element from a beautiful soup object by calling the select method and passing a string of a CSS selector for the element you are looking for with an example program. So this is the fourth question. Next one, fifth one, what is JSON? Briefly explain the JSON module of Python and demonstrate with Python program. You have to explain the JSON module. First you have to tell what does it mean. And then sixth one, discuss the creation, encryption and decryption of a PDF. Decryption and encryption of PDF. And seventh one, how do we download a file and save it to hard drive using request module? Using request module, you have to write how do we download a file and save it to hard drive. And then eighth one, write a Python program to give search keyword from command line arguments and open the browser tab for each result page. So this is your 8th question. Next one, explain Selenium's WebDrive methods for finding elements. I have to explain Selenium's WebDrive methods. And then 10th one, write a program that takes a number n from command line and creates an n into n multiplication table in Excel spreadsheet. So this is your 10th question. And then 11th one, write short notes on creating, copying and rotating pages with respect to PDF. And 12th one, write a program that find all the CSV files in the current working directory, read in the full contents of each file, write out the contents skipping the first line to a new CSV file. So this is your 12th one. And next, define socket, write a Python program that makes a connection to web server and follows the rules of HTTP protocol to request a plain test document and display what server sends back. This is 13th one. And then, what is XML? How is it used in Python? And explain passing of XML with example. I have to explain passing of XML with example. And first you have to tell what is XML and how is it used in Python. And then 15th one, define cursor, explain, connect, execute and close command of database with suitable example. Then 16th one, write a Python code to read the file from web using URELIB and retrieve the data of the file. Also compute the frequency of each word in the file. And then 17th one, what is JSON? Illustrate the concept of passing JSON Python code. And then last one, explain the concept of using join to retrieve data in Python. Using join, concept of using join to retrieve data in Python. So this is your 18th question. So this is all about module 5 probable question, guys. So these are the few probable questions which I explained till now. Module 1, Module 2, 3, 4 and 5 respectively. So stay tuned for the next video, and also make sure that you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon for future updates. Thank you.